হ্যালো, নমস্কার সকলকে। আমরা লাইভ হয়ে গেছি। গানপিয়নের দরবারে গানপিয়নের দরবারে সিনেমা পিয়নের উত্তরণ। তো আমাদের এই সিরিজে প্রথমে একটা অনুষ্ঠান হয়েছিল, প্রথমে একটা টক শো হয়েছিল কল ফর শিবাতে। আজকে আমাদের এই সেকেন্ড টক শো, আজকে শর্ট ফিল্ম এগেইন সিনেমা ফর কজের একটা ভেরি ইম্পর্টেন্ট ইনিশিয়েটিভ, Forbidden. So for that movie, we have all assembled together. With me today, we have Mr. Abhishek Ganguli, the one and only the director of this movie, director, and the he actually conceptualized the entire thing. Next, I will come to Mrs. Arundhuri Chowdhury. He's the cast manager. He's the mentor. She's the mentor, and she controls the entire team. And she has done a lot of things today. So we'll hear to Arundhuri. The three cast members are there today. One is Debopom Mitra, Suprita Chowdhury, and Siddharth Sen. Very welcome to you, all of you, to this platform, the Gaanpeon platform. Next, I will come to a very important person, and she is Jayati Mukherjee, life skill consultant and psychological counselor as well. And she is having prolonged experience in this particular field. And last but not the least, very experienced teacher. Uh, she is from Silver Point High School, Mrs. Moushumi Ganguly. She's a biology teacher, and she is also having almost 30 years of teaching experience. সো এটা আমাদের আজকের টোটাল প্যানেল, যারা আজকে আমাদের সাথে রয়েছেন, সমাজের বিভিন্ন ক্ষেত্রের মানুষ, এবং সবচেয়ে ইম্পর্টেন্ট কথা, অভিষেক দা আমাদের সাথে আছে, অরুণদীপ দি আমাদের সাথে রয়েছে। সুতরাং বেশি আর টাইম না নিয়ে আজকে আপনারা জানেন যে আজকের যে মুভিটা খুব শিগগিরই আমরা সেটা অভিষেকদের কাছ থেকে অবশ্যই শুনবো, যে খুব শিগগিরই মুক্তি পেতে চলেছে ফরবিডেন, ভেরি সুন ইট উইল গেট রিলিজ। And that movie is on a very important subject and very sensational subject, very sentimental subject as well, and which is sex education, child pornography. যে কথাগুলো আমরা ফিসফাস করে বলি, যে কথাগুলি বলতে আমরা ভয় পাই, যে কথা বিশেষ করে ইয়াং জেনারেশন বলতে খুব ভয় পায়, সেই কথাগুলোই আমরা আজকে এখানে হয়তো বলবো না, কিন্তু চেষ্টা করব কিভাবে, হাউ ওয়েল অ্যান্ড হাউ ফাস্ট উই ক্যান টাচ দ্যাট ইয়াং মাইন্ডস, সেটা সবচেয়ে বেশি ইম্পর্টেন্ট কথা। ইয়াং মাইন্ডরা কিন্তু অনেক সময় দেখা যাচ্ছে তারা অবহেলিত হচ্ছে, দে আর গেটিং নেগলেক্টেড। তো এই ব্রিজিং দ্য গ্যাপ, এই গ্যাপটাকে আমরা কত তাড়াতাড়ি ব্রিজ করতে পারি, সেটার একটা ক্ষুদ্র প্রচেষ্টা আজকে এই টক শোর মাধ্যমে আমরা করার চেষ্টা করব। So before going to the main discussion, I'd like to request Biproshekar Chakraborty যদি একটু আমাদের ট্রেলারটা যদিও দেখায়। ফরবিডেনের একটা অসাধারণ ট্রেলার তৈরি হয়েছে, সো আই জাস্ট ওয়ান্ট টু সি দ্যাট ট্রেলার অ্যান্ড থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ বিপ্র। অসাধারণ অসাধারণ একটা ট্রেলার আমরা দেখলাম এক্ষুনি আমাদের এই ফেসবুক পেজের পর্দায়। অভিষেক দা, থ্যাংক ইউ ফর ক্রিয়েটিং দিস। সো আমি প্রথমে অভিষেকদার কাছে আসবো। অভিষেকদার সাথে আমার বোধ হয় এটা 3 নম্বর টক শো। সো ইটস আ ওয়ান্ডারফুল এক্সপিরিয়েন্স টকিং উইথ হিম। তো ফার্স্টে যে প্রশ্নটা করবো অভিষেক দা, ওয়াই ইউ চোজ দিস টপিক? এই টপিকটা তুমি চুজ করলে কেন?
Yeah, for the benefit of the audience, I will speak in English. Thank you, Konat, for the question.
Yes, Abhishek.
Basically, Cinema for a Cause originals, our tagline is simple cinema touching lives. And whatever we do has something to tell to the society. You can call it entertainment with a voice, entertainment with a message, and entertainment which is based on different issues of the society, which some of them we want to talk about, some of them we do not want to talk about. So in this do not want to talk about, there is a big list. So whenever we think of a teenager's mind, I have had two sons who have grown up now. One is just out of his teens, the other one has just become a young adult. So getting into a teenager's psyche, getting into a teenager's mental state, getting into a teenager's mind has always been, like getting into a very mysterious mental fold. And what really happens when a teenager has his own fantasizing moments, when a teenager has his wet dreams, when a teenager has his sexual fantasies, what exactly happens? And as a teacher, as a mentor, as a counselor, how do we handle this teenager to very healthily grow up? Should we forbid him not to see anything which is, strictly tabooed by the society, something which is pornographic, something which is of sexual nature? Or should we become a friend to him and talk to him, find out exactly where his interests lie, maybe watch something together and help him to grow up healthily? So this was the question which was, kind of haunting me for a long time. And being a father myself, I have faced the same ordeal. Like my younger son was always hooked onto the mobile. So if I wanted to become, like more curious, I had to be his friend. So when we were thinking, I and Arundhuri, when we were thinking about a new issue to really address, we thought this will be something which is very, very burning, and why not make a film on this? So again, I got nearly a teenage mind to write the story and to ideate on it. Shubham Talukdar, who is a very budding talent, very, very promising young man, I would say he's about 21. So Shubham wrote the script, and I, Arundhuri, Shubham, we kind of had a mental lab on which we tried to create the Forbidden's overall storyline, the screenplay, and everything. But obviously, as you can understand, to make Forbidden happen, we had to be a teenager, we had to be a parent, we had to see it from the eyes of a teacher, and also to see it from the eyes of the society. মানে আমাদের বিভিন্ন ভূমিকায় অবতীর্ণ হয়ে তবেই কিন্তু ফরবিডেনের এই টোটাল যাত্রাপথ বা যাত্রাপথের প্রতীক হতে হয়েছে. So that was the idea. So a very strictly tabooed subject dealt out in a very simple manner. That is what Forbidden is all about. Yeah, Connor.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much for your perception. I think more. I think I should say that is a kind of introspection. What you have thought about this movie, the idea behind that movie. So one short note, Abhishek, Mr. Devjit Mitro, he wants to say something. He's asking that Abhishek Banerjee, can you hear me? Yes, Mr. Mitro, Abhishek can hear you. Would you like to ask anything? Would you like to ask some
No,
question?
I can't hear, but I can see.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see.
Yes, you can see. But you can see. Okay. So, Mr. Mitro,
I mean,
if you want to ask,
I can see the quote. Yeah.
yes, if you want to ask something to Abhishek, please
I
give
think
your question.
Konad, I will tell
Yes.
you one thing. Let us keep the questions till the end of the talk show. Then we can address
Okay.
all the questions. Otherwise,
No
it will
problem.
go on prolonged. Yeah, I
Yes,
think
yes,
that's
yes.
better.
No issues. No issues. So now I'm coming to Arundhuri Didi, who is very important. I should say that she's the crew member, she's the mentor, she's the cast manager, but she plays a very pivotal role in making this film. So coming to Arundhuri কি আমি একটা জিনিস জিজ্ঞেস করবো অরুন্ধতি মানে বিইং আ মাদার, আমি তোমার অনেকগুলো চরিত্র জানি কারণ ইউ আর থিয়েটার মানে পার্সোনালিটি, ইউ ডু লট অফ থিংস, ইউ আর ওয়ার্কিং উইথ অভিষেক দা ফর এ লং টাইম, তোমার একটা ক্রিয়েটিভ দিক রয়েছে এবং তুমি বহুদিন ধরে জিনিসটা নার্চার করার চেষ্টা করছো। সো হোয়াই মানে মানে এটা তোমাকে কিভাবে ট্রিগার করলো, মানে হোয়াই, মানে তুমি কিভাবে নিজেকে পাল্টালে বা তুমি নিজেকে কিভাবে চেঞ্জ করলে এই পুরো ব্যাপারটাকে একটা জায়গায় নিয়ে আসার জন্য? হাউ ইউ মোটিভেটেড দ্য ক্রিউ মেম্বার, হাউ ইউ, এই ব্যাপারটা একটু জানতে চাইবো।
Thank you, Konad. Thanks very much for giving me such a wonderful platform.
Yes.
Okay. In Forbidden, I have to deal with two different aspects. First one is
Okay.
casting, and the second one is grooming. Both of these are equally important for me.
Okay.
Suprita and Mr. Siddharth Sen was selected from the very beginning. The main challenge was selecting a teenage actor and convincing his parents for this sensitive film. I
Okay.
searched the actors database of Cinema for a Cause, but did not get a suitable child. Suddenly, Debopom's face flashed in my mind. Debopom's father, Devjit, is my friend. I pinged him and told that I am looking for a child actor for a short film. If he wish, can send me some recent picture of his son along with his self-explanatory video. He sent all this, I immediately forwarded it to Mr. Ganguly. He gave me the
Okay.
green signal. And then I pinged Devjit, told him Debopom is selected for the project. I told him about the story. If he has any objection, then no problem. We will go for another actor. He
Exactly.
decided to call Debopom's grandmother. I described her everything, every ins and outs of the story, why this topic is so important nowadays, and told clearly what Debopom will do in this film. I assured her everything should be handled tactically. There is no chance of misrepresentation of anything, as we two are very much concerned about the goodwill of Cinema for a Cause official. Initially, she was in a dilemma, but next day she pinged me, told me, section, she has full trust on me, will perform. So the first part, that is the casting part, was completed. Now comes the grooming part.
Okay.
Rigorous rehearsal is very much necessary for proper implementation of any script, especially,
Exactly.
uh, especially the script like Forbidden. We have to study to represent the sentiments of a particular age group in a very sensitive and sophisticated way. As
Exactly.
is in Odisha and Debopom is in Howrah, Mr. Ganguly advised me to go for online rehearsals as uh, there are no other alternatives at that time.
Right.
So, so I started online rehearsals. Initially, I gave them some basic guidelines like how to read and repeat, emphasize on the keywords, how to understand the personality and relation of the character as per the situation. Actually, my aim was to ignite their acting potential. In the film, we will see initially when the mother and son were in a state of altercation or misunderstanding. Their body language, voice modulation clearly exhibited their state at that point. These expressions were changed totally when finally they become friends. So, look, characters are same. Characters are same, but in two different situations, their attitude, their body language vary accordingly. After 6 to 7 rehearsals, they start to understand their character. Most Then I told them how to increase their imagination power and how to symbolize each slowly and slowly in character.
Arundhuri, just sorry to interfere. Can you just put your mic bit near to your mouth, please? তোমার
Okay, okay. Is it
now I think it's all right. Please
okay?
carry on. Please carry on.
Okay. So slowly and slowly they sink into their character. So one day suddenly I told Debopom, you have to pretend that you are doing masturbation, but it should be looked very natural in the frame. Now follow
Yes.
follow my instruction. I show him what will be his eye expression, facial expression, lip movement, hand and shoulder movement. How to increase the breathing rate at the climax and how to express at the time of relaxation. What
Yes.
will be the expression when he will think him not breathing? I must say, Suprita and Debopom are very sincere and dedicated to their work. They always
Okay.
follow lines and instructions.
Okay.
Now, mentoring, it's a very challenging job for me.
Arundhuri, if you don't mind, can I ask this question later? Because I would like to ask the other questions to other panelists. So I will come to that. That mentoring part, actually, I would like to take it separately because this is a very important part in
Okay.
terms of this context. So
Okay. Okay.
now so thank you so much, Abhishek da, thank you so much, Arundhati. They have shared their insight regarding this movie. কিভাবে তারা নিজেদেরকে চেঞ্জ করলেন এবং কি তাদেরকে বেশি ট্রিগার করেছিল এই মুভিটা বানাতে, এবং এই মুভিটা বানানোর পরে দে হ্যাভ ডিসাইডেড টু অ্যারেঞ্জ এভরিথিং। সেই অ্যারেঞ্জের দায়িত্বটা ছিল অরুন্ধতিদির ওপরে, এবং অরুন্ধতিদি সেই কাজটা কিভাবে করলেন আমরা শুনলাম। নাও আই এম কামিং টু বিপ্রো, ইফ ইউ ক্যান পুট দেম অন দ্য স্ক্রিন, the cast member Siddharth Babu and Debopom and Suprita madam. Yes. Hi ma'am. Hi Suprita
Hi.
ma'am. Yes. Hi Siddharth sir and Debopom. Yes. The little champ. Yes. Hello. Good evening. So my first question to Suprita ma'am. Suprita ma'am, because you have worked with Abhishek da for a long time. You have done the anchoring part and all these things in the Call for Shiva evening. So that was brilliant. So
Thank
the very general question and which comes to my mind at the first time, in the very in a very nascent stage, what I'd like to ask you that why what triggered you to play an important role in this movie, to enact this movie, if you would like to elaborate, please.
Yeah, all right. At the outset, I would like to say a very good evening to the panel and our viewers who are watching today. Thank you for joining, everybody. I am a teacher. That's my first job. And then comes acting and voice acting and dubbing. So Forbidden was actually born out of a very casual conversation that I was having with Abhishek during this devastating pandemic period. And so we were talking about these online classes and the related issues that we were having with children getting addicted to mobiles and all. From there, all the related issues together with the mobile addiction started. And we came to this topic of pornography. Believe it or not, the curiosity level of students regarding children, I could say, not students, regarding sex, regarding awareness of your own physical body starts as early as 7 or 8 years of age. And,
Yes.
I have experienced that as a teacher. And somewhere I feel very strongly that we adults are to blame for all that. Because when the child first of all asks a question, the very basic question that probably every child asks is, how was I born? And when this question comes up, either there is an awkward silence or there is a kind of a horrible discomfort that we as parents show. Now, instead of this, if our children are very smart, if we can put across the answers, the curiosity to know about all these things in a smarter way, in an interesting manner, I think things are going to be solved at that basic level itself, instead of making that awkward, keeping that awkward silence. And then the next thing that I would like to say is privacy, which young parents have to really think and look into, because when we feel the children are not listening, not watching, well, they are listening and they are watching. And that is from there, all these fantasies and all these wrong information collection and then distribution of this wrong information happens when we go back to school. And when Abhishek started talking about this idea of pornography and sex, I think that somehow I felt that yes, I should do this, because otherwise we are not talking about it. And I felt this was a very good opportunity for me, a very good platform to come in. And I'm very thankful to Abhishek for having allowed me and taken me in as an actress for this film of his. So that became a platform for me to talk about it, and in a very good way of maybe telling these parents that how we can go on to guide and educate our students regarding their awareness towards sex. So that is probably
Exactly.
what. Yes.
Exactly. Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much, Suprita ma'am. So, with that note, I would like to ask you one second question. That you have told that you are a teacher, you are teaching for a long time. So, can you just tell me any sort of experience what you have faced in the school, or any such kind of incident you have faced in any of the place? It might not be school, maybe in your locality or somewhere else. So, any such kind of experience that yes, we are just telling that "Nee, this is really forbidden. You are not supposed to see all this stuff. We are scolding the young children, and somehow as a result, I think that student has got demotivated, depressed, or some kind of thing. So have you come across any such kind of experience, Shukita ma'am?
Yes, because I can't talk about the exact issue because they are very
I
personal.
understand.
And
Please, yes.
yes, in our school and in our locality, this happens, and because of this, there have been children who have got depression, and then they have to go in for a very considerable time of guidance with a professional counselor, and that has affected their studies. And
Right.
the first thing that happens, the first mistake that happens is children, parents don't want to talk about it.
Exactly.
They just don't want to accept that this has happened. And as I said, the word taboo. All right, this somehow goes on to keep the parents, make the parents very stringent with their behavior towards their children, and that goes on to probably aggravate the situation. So instead of keeping mum about it or trying to ignore and trying to not accept that this has happened with my child, I think the very first step should be taken right at the beginning when you come to know that this has happened with your child, and talk about it to the various counselors. And in the school itself, we have many counselors in our school and around in the city. So that is where they should probably take the first step from there itself instead of keeping mum about it. That will create the situation. That is what I can say for now.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So again, I think this counseling, this, yeah, what should I say, open discussion, these things are coming again and again. এবং যেটা সবচেয়ে বেশি দরকারি আমার মনে হয় খোলা মনে ওদের সাথে মেশা এবং ওদের সাথে কথা বলা, because this is
Right.
the problem what we have faced everyone. It might be boy, it might be girl, সেটা কোনো ব্যাপার নয়, নারী পুরুষ নির্বিশেষে আমাদের জীবনের একটা সময়ে আমরা সকলে এই
Yeah.
জিনিসটা ফেস করে আসি। আমি আজকে এখন চলে আসি, সুপ্রিতা ম্যাম, থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ for your wonderful insight regarding this issue. Now I'm coming to the champ of the entire movie, the young boy, Debopom Mitra. Debopom, আমি তোমার কাছে আসবো। You are looking তুমি হাসছো, very energetic, very lively. Thank you so
Thank you.
much. So Debopom, আমি তোমাকে ফার্স্টে যে question what I would like to ask you, what is your experience after performing in this movie? তোমার অভিজ্ঞতাটা কেমন ছিল যদি একটু শেয়ার করো আমাদের সাথে।
Firstly, good evening to all. Good evening all to all viewers out there. Working in Forbidden is a bit educational because, as Suprita ma'am said, that these are all things that are taboo, that are not discussed openly. So we need something that will help the teenagers to get accustomed to it, and so that they can, what should I say, so that they can easily move on with the thing. So that instead of having all those, in the interview I also said that with the bumps and cracks, so to have a smooth journey, I think something like this is really needed for the society, because people think that this is all bad things that people do, but
Exactly.
actually it's according to the age that happens. So as a person is growing up, he or she wants to know more about themselves, about their opposite gender, so that they can stand out in the society. And during that procedure, what happens is they get to learn things more than they should know. So that's the thing. But working in Forbidden gave me a great. I would like to thank Abhishek sir, Arundhuri ma'am, and Suprita ma'am for helping me out to build the character. And secondly, I would say that Forbidden, I really don't know what to say. That it's really educational, as I said from the beginning also. Like I learned a lot of things about the things, how things are done. So this is what was my experience working in Forbidden.
রাইট, মানে চুপি চুপি কথাগুলো এটা সবার সাথে আলোচনা করা, সবার সাথে বলা বা ওদের সাথে বলা চ্যালেঞ্জিং। বাট ইয়েস, আমরা আগেও বলেছি, এবং যখন আমাদের এই টক শোর ব্যাপারে আলোচনা হচ্ছিল প্রিভিয়াসলি, হোয়াট ইউ ইউজ টু ডিসকাস উইথ অভিষেক দা, উদ্ধতি দ্যাট সেক্স এডুকেশন হ্যাজ বিকাম এ ট্যাবু। দিস ইজ দ্য মেইন ইম্পর্টেন্ট ইস্যু আই থিঙ্ক। মানে সেক্স এডুকেশনটা আমরা মুখে বলি অনেক কিছু, and there are plenty of things that they are in the theoretical way, but when it comes to practical, everyone has become silent, যেটা Suprita madam has told just now. So I'm
There's, a,
coming to
there's an awkward silence.
yes, 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 yes. Thank you so much, Debopom. Please
Yes, sir.
stay in the queue. Coming to Siddharth sir, who is very renowned trainer, come coach, come mentor, and she is also a teacher. Sir, আপনার অভিজ্ঞতাটা যদি আমাদের সাথে একটু শেয়ার করেন, স্যার, what is your experience? Because you are also a very important cast member in Forbidden. So I just want to know, I would like to know, and even the audience want to know, what is your experience? Sir, hello. Am I audible to you, sir?
Not very clearly, not very clearly.
Okay.
But
Okay.
I think you
You
want
can
me to
make
share
out.
my experience with you. Am I right?
Yes, 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 sir. Yes, sir. Please, please, sir,
Okay,
carry on.
okay, yeah. Okay, I'll tell you. See, I've done quite a few short films, but this was a film with a very controversial topic. Controversial in the sense it deals with things that we are normally very hush hush about. Okay, these are things which are not discussed in public. And let me be very frank with you. When Suprita and I were rehearsing online, I did have a few problems. I had inhibitions. I was not very comfortable initially, but Suprita turned out to be an excellent co-actress, and then we became very friendly, and then all my inhibitions were dispelled. And I remember the day we shot the scene, I had landed up at that place, at the shooting place. I don't remember the name. And right from the station, I had gone there. Everybody helped me a lot. And I remember especially Arundhati's inputs. And she said, Dada, can you emphasize this line a little more? Can you emphasize that particular word a little more? And it was indeed a lovely experience.